Hello, my name is Erin with Servion. I'll be presenting on the Cisco WebEx Contact Center demonstration today, going through a very brief end-to-end demo of both the end user experience from the agent perspective as well as the customer experience. So we're going to be looking at this through the lens of a customer looking for a mountain bike from this company, Trucker Bikes. And to start, there are a lot of different options as you can see here. So our Jane Doe is going to start this conversation with a virtual bot taking advantage of the proactive chat pop-up on the bottom right-hand corner here. So just putting in some basic information, and this is going to start with a virtual agent powered by the native integration with Google Dialogflow. So it's looking for the intent of Jane's message here. And as I mentioned before, and as we can see from the page here, she's looking specifically for a mountain bike. So looking for a mountain bike is going to be the first message here. And this Google Dialogflow bot is going to try and figure out the intent of Jane's message here. And now that it's figured it out, it's going to make a recommendation on one of these 9 models based on the inputs that I have here. So keeping it really simple, we don't want to strain the customer in this instance. And notice the natural language that is being used here. It's still figuring out the exact details of Jane's parameters and now making a recommendation on what looks like the Marlin 6 model. So ideally, Jane is self-servicing herself in this instance, but we want to take it up to the agent to both show what that looks like and also to just really secure that close. So I've got, just switching gears, the agent desktop I've already logged in here. I've got the WebEx calling extension configured to be used in WebEx Teams, so we'll get to see that on the voice channel, but I just want to get right into the actual interaction here on the agent side. So the theme here is going to be everything that I need as the agent is available to me right in this workspace. So you can see that chat populating in the task pane on the left-hand side here. I've got my contact history on the far right-hand panel, so this is not Jane's first time chatting in. She's actually emailed, and I can see that transcript as well. And in this middle panel, I have that fully contextual experience, that interaction history showing up, so I can have that context to the conversation. I can use a predefined chat response to just get to Jane right away. And I can help her without having to create any strain between me as the agent and Jane as the customer. Now I might notice that this Marlin 6 bike is a popular model just based on my experience, so I'm going to use one of the widgets here that I'll be able to show in today's demo. We brought the WebEx Teams application into the agent desktop, and you can see here that we've also got Google Dialogflow powering this interaction. Now for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through it. You can see it's an inventory bot to help me in the same way that it was able to help Jane make a recommendation on that bike. So really able to toggle between these different windows all without having to lose sight of Jane as the customer. I've also got a predefined chat response here, closing out that conversation. Ideally, I have a full conversation with Jane, but for the sake of this demo, I want to thank her for her time, give her a pre-baked link over there. So just from Jane's perspective, fully contextual experience, never having an uneven handoff between the virtual agent and the live agent. And when she clicks on that hyperlink, she has the ability to leave her feedback through this questionnaire built through WebEx Experience Management. So there's a lot of diversity in terms of the questions that are available, and she has the option to leave some feedback, all without having to leave this experience. And just going back to the agent, I can see that Jane has ended that conversation, and I can even see some metrics. You can see the WebEx Experience Manager providing some insight for the agent as well to be able to see just some high-level details about the voice of the customer, closing that feedback loop. So a lot that we just went through in that interaction, but again, this is just to show how modular this system is, the WebEx Contact Center, and just as well bringing in all of those UC elements into the WebEx Contact Center as well to really create a really seamless experience for that agent, and that just makes it a better customer experience as well. So I just took a moment to bring my phone over onto the screen to be able to jump into the voice channel. As I mentioned before, we've got WebEx calling configured to be used in WebEx Teams, so that's how I'll be taking the call. And then Jane, she's going to try and make a purchase, maybe answer some of her questions with a live agent. But at first, it's going to start with an IVR, again powered by Google Dialogflow, that native integration that'll be able to help Jane and carry on that conversation.
Thank you for calling Trekker Bikes. Is this Jane Doe?
Yes, that's correct.
Welcome. Are you here to continue your inquiry on the mountain bike?
Yep, that's right.
Great. Are you still interested in the Marlin 6 model?
Yeah, can I just talk to an agent?
Thank you for contacting Trekker Bikes. Please wait while I transfer your call to a mountain bike specialist.
So you can see we got that call coming in. It's populating in the, on that agent side. And notice a couple of things that happened on that call. So we had the IVR identify Jane based on her contact information. 2, we've had that IVR actually predict the intent of Jane's call. We've logged that information into Salesforce ahead of time, so that's where it's getting that pull and picking up right where Jane left off from that chat from beforehand. And now we've got all those details being pushed to this new Salesforce opportunity page where I, as the agent, can retain that data without having to stall for time, waste Jane's time on the call. And then just as well, going back over to the agent desktop, I have the ability to see the full transparency into the exact path that Jane took with the IVR and even the exact verbiage that she used with the call. So I can see, at some point she perhaps got annoyed with the IVR, whatever the situation may be, and she actually requested the agent, and then, very helpfully, the bot actually transferred her over to me. So I can now start this conversation with, Jane, I saw you were still interested in that Marlin 6. Are there any questions that I can answer? A lot more helpful than how can I help you? We want to really reduce that customer strain while also empowering the agents to do so with these integrations. Now, I've got Jane's phone back on screen because I want to call out a couple of more of these widgets while I have you guys. So I've got the SMS widget over here. We've mapped Jane's phone onto this mobile number field, and I have the ability to push a SMS message onto Jane's phone if I were to confirm, this is Jane's mobile number. And so what you'll be able to see on Jane's side is I can go over and I have that link that I just pasted into this field onto Jane's phone as the customer, all while remaining on the line with her. So I can answer any questions, really, again, secure that close, and make that an easy experience for Jane. Just as well, once she does make that purchase, say she wants to be part of a sales event where she brings her friends in and her colleagues in order to answer their questions, what I can do is just go over to this WebEx meeting scheduler application that we've added as a widget, and I can set a meeting with Jane. And what I'm going to do is actually just bring in Jane's inbox, because just as well, we had from an earlier demo scheduled a meeting, and it shows up just as you would send out a meeting from, let's say, your Outlook or whatever inbox that you choose to use. So again, just making it super easy for someone like Jane to get that information, and for the agent to be able to provide all of those details and supplementary functions, all while remaining in this agent desktop. Last thing I'm going to show here is Jane going through the last digital interaction that we've integrated into this specific demonstration. She's made that purchase, she's gone through the website, and now perhaps there are some issues with her order. It hasn't shown up at her door yet as she expected. So she's actually got the Trekker Bikes Facebook page open on her phone. She's going to select the option to actually message in, and this is going to start again with that Google Dialogflow, that native integration with the virtual agent to be able to assist Jane starting off here. So she might start pretty aggressively. Where is my order? And this virtual agent is going to try and grab the intent of Jane's message here and reply back with actually getting her order number so it can pull that data from the back end. So I'm giving it a specific number that will then deliver me the information as to why my order has been delayed. You can see it looks like there's been a delay in delivery, but the order has shipped out. It's now pushing to an agent to fully assist with that interaction. So you can see it now coming up. And just like with the other digital channel that we saw, chat from before, we've got that contact history. So this isn't Jane's first time reaching out via Facebook. I've also got that full interaction history showing up in this middle panel here. So again, just making it easy for the agent to jump in here. And I can say, you know, apologies for the delay, Jane. Here's a full tracking link just to deliver that next level of service, really elevating this experience for someone like Jane and making it easy for the agent to do so. That was pretty much everything that I had to show in terms of that full customer interaction, that full customer journey. There's definitely a lot more that I'd be happy to show, but I'm really happy that I got to share this with everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.